The technology landscape in China has a few different characteristics. Number one, it is very much hardware-led. And that's a function of the IT talent that is produced by the universities in China. As a consequence of that, you don't see many software companies in China as such. There are some that are emerging, but relative to, say, India, there is no big software IT champion. Chinese companies, in terms of deploying enterprise IT, have focused a lot on managing large-scale IT infrastructures across the country.
The key shortcoming in China is there's been so few opportunities for technologists in major Chinese enterprises that the great innovators in Chinese technology have been working in startups, creating their own businesses, and there's an enormous technology talent being successful in private enterprise, in internet-based businesses today in China. Some of that talent now has to migrate into leading Chinese enterprises to upgrade their digitization, their modernization on the basis of technology. The chief technology officer, chief information officer in Chinese organizations is going to come to play a much, much more significant role, because the next wave of productivity growth is going to be around creating the digital enterprise in China. Creating the digital enterprise that leverages all of the innovations that we're seeing in banks around the world, in telcos around the world, in manufacturing companies around the world, to take advantage of big data, to reinvent your operating processes to be more efficient.
As a result of the high penetration of mobile and a very engaged digi-savvy consumer group, there are a lot of people on social media in China. And many of the consumer companies are actually deploying social media listening technologies to analyze that data, analyze all those online conversations that are happening amongst that very engaged consumer base. In some of our research, we found out that 80% of the micro-blogging users are actually active. They are not just reading what other people are blogging, but they are commenting, retweeting microblogs, and actively following a number of bloggers. We found a company that operates in the baby care space that was trying to analyze the effectiveness of its marketing spend, realizing that pregnant mothers take special care around making sure they have the best for their children. However, with the single child policy, the level of attention and care is even higher. So they start going online, visiting different sites and looking at what other mothers are commenting on. We found out, for example, that those decisions on product choices, on brand choices, are made very early on in the pregnancy. Actually, in some cases, even in the first trimester of the pregnancy, not at delivery stage.